if you're new to espresso, just getting into it, you got some new equipment, and you want to learn how to quickly dial in your espresso, you're in the right place. You'll have to have an espresso machine and a grinder and some coffee. Some other tools you might want, maybe a distribution tool. Definitely want some sort of a tamping device, whether it's automatic or manual. I'm going to rock the Reg Barber today. And yeah, maybe some cups. I have a drip tray scale. It's not really necessary to learn how to dial in, but you might want to invest in a drip tray scale once you get into building ratios and recipes for espresso. I also have a scale so I can weigh the coffee going in, and I just like to be on point and just consistent and weigh my coffee going out. So if you don't have a scale, don't worry about it. We're just going to focus on getting comfortable with our grinder. Hopefully you are comfortable with your grinder, but if not, I can throw out some tips to help you really dive in and work with dialing in your espresso. A common term that is used in the coffee world. Dialing in your grinder, actually. Just basically moving your dial finer or coarser to get the desired outcome. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Today I'm using the Slayer home machine. This is a 58 millimeter basket, and I think the gram basket is about 20 grams. So if you have a smaller portafilter, don't worry about it. Just fill your portafilter, dose, tamp, and we'll jump right into what I'm going to do. So I always have a towel on handy because the portafilter is wet, and I always want to start with a nice dry portafilter. I'm just going to see where this grinder is set and just pull a shot and see how much coffee is going to come out. Big shout out to Gary Horn at GH Grinding and Brewing Solutions for providing the Ceado grinder. And right off the bat, I'm getting about 19 grams. I'm probably going to focus on maybe 18.5, but we'll see what 19 grams at this grind setting gives me. Oh, so right away, I've got a gusher. This is way too coarse. Typically, you want your coffee to rock around 20 to 35 seconds. Once you understand the rules, then you can start breaking the rules. So that 20 to 35 seconds isn't etched in stone, but that's just a guide that you can go by. This gave me 11 seconds and 77 grams output. That's a lot of output. I'm shooting for 42 grams with my recipe, 18.5, 19 grams in, about 42 to 44 grams out. So that is way too fast. If you think about your grind size as coarse being a bucket of rocks and fine being a bucket of sand, and just think about how water moves through both of those elements, a lot slower through sand and a lot faster through a bucket of rocks. So let's just dump this out and start over. So right away, I know this is too coarse. To save on coffee waste, I'm going to imagine, okay, that gave me 11 seconds and I want to double that. So I'm going to guess where I want to be, and then I'm going to go past that. So I'm going to go, let's say, right now I'm at 0.9, and I think I want to be around 0.4, 0.5. So I'm going to go way past that, way finer. I'm going to hit about 0.3. And whenever I make an adjustment, I want to give it a quick purge, because depending on your grinder, you might have some retention within that chamber from that old setting. So you want to purge that out. So without even wiping my portafilter, I'm just going to give it a full purge just to be on the safe side. And immediately what I noticed is there's less coffee. So I'm going to have to take that time up to give me more coffee. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Get my portafilter nice and clean. And I'm going to go into programming and take this up to, I'm guessing about 4 seconds more, a whole second more. So I'm at 4.32. Save that. So now I'm at 15.9. So maybe give it 1 more second. So 5.32. And that brought me up to 20. So I'm going to dip a little bit out. Now I'm at 19. So it comes out a lot slower now. It's looking pretty good. I'm passing that 11-second mark. I'm at 18 grams. We're in the 20 range now, 20 seconds. Coming up on about 45. And at 27.4 seconds. So I'm in my ballpark. So this is where I would taste my shot. And I'm looking for a couple of things. The first thing I look for is bitterness. Coffee is bitter, but I'm looking for that astringent bitterness, which is a huge indication that it's over extracted. Also, when I taste the coffee, or any coffee, espresso or pour over or whatever, I'll run my tongue along the top of the roof of my mouth. And if it's dry, that's another indication that it's over extracted. So this is dry and it has some astringent bitterness that hits me in the back of my palate. So that tells me it's a touch too fine. So I'm going to go to my grinder and I'm going to go to the setting that I thought it was. I'm actually going to hit 0.5 instead of 0.4. And then I'll give that a purge. And immediately, because I went coarser, I got more coffee, way more coffee. I'm at 25.9, so I'm going to take the time down. And I'll take it down a second and see what 4.32 gives me. So that gives me 21. I'm going to dip a little bit out so I'm not wasting too much. And that takes me to 18.5. That's actually the target that I was looking for in the beginning. So start out a little faster than before. Not a problem. We're at 48 and 15.6 seconds. So that may have been a little too coarse. One more adjustment, finer. We'll go to what we thought, maybe 4.4. And we'll leave the time where it is. Just quick purge. We'll weigh this purge out. 18.7. A little slower than that last shot. Looking good. 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 28 grams, 30 grams. 47 at 21. 21.2 seconds. Color looks amazing. And I believe that's the winning shot. Cleaned up the finish. I do not get that astringency. It's not dry. It's actually a little more juicy now. Sweetness, balanced, sweetness, nice body. I'm happy with it. So we're at 21.2 seconds. It was about 47 grams. The time on the grinder was 4.32 seconds. So there we have it. And that's how you typically dial in. I'd like to be within 3 tries. That was 4, so I'm a little rusty. Hopefully you have better success at home with dialing your grinder. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions about dialing in, just hit us in the comments below. Peace. 2 times.